You get what I'm saying? So, long story with the Bible, they go to explain it to you in the beginning. They tell you how in the beginning God made Adam and Eve. So you in your mind you're thinking it's just one person, one man, one woman, right? When in reality, it's not one man, one woman. It's men and women. Adam is everybody because you have to realize this is the beginning. You didn't come out with a name. You don't have a name. You Adam, he Adam, he Adam. Everybody's a fucking Adam.
Damn. I ain't heard of that one.
They ain't gonna teach you that.
I ain't heard of that one right now, bro.
How the fuck? Because in any real life situation, if two relatives fuck each other, how can you have a well baby? Because if you only started out with Adam and Eve, everything after them is relatives.
Everything. Yeah. I had my mind for a long time.
Everything after them is relatives. So that is called what? Incest. Right. And that is a part of the Bible that they tell you you can't do. But you just contradicted yourself by telling me Adam and Eve started the race. So now that was one flag.
That's what I'm saying. It was choosing.
That's why I say you have to pay attention to what you're reading because it's so many things in the Bible that contradicts other parts of the Bible.
I've been trying to get that down.
So, with that being said, if it's just one of one, then it's impossible for it to be a race of people. It had to be Adams and Eves.
I know.
Now, the truth of how we were created, people don't want to hear it. People don't want to understand it. They don't even want to believe it.
That's the most hardest thing to figure out.
Now, the truth, this is the truth. You can research it, you can look it up, but nobody will never tell you this but a selected few of people. It's motherfuckers that came, and as crazy as this may sound, it was a planet called Nuberia. Some motherfuckers came from that planet because their planet, it was something going wrong with their planet to where it was having an issue to where pretty much whatever the issue was, they can fix it with gold. And they know gold, dust particles, fix shit that's outer space. Anybody who know anything about NASA and know anything about their space shuttles, majority of the inner layer of the shuttle is made with real 24 karat gold. Why are y'all using this to go out of space? But that was another giveaway that these people really came from where they came from. But they came here and they started in Egypt. That's why we have a pyramid that can't be explained why it's built. But how they got to a race of people, they came here doing the work that themselves.
That easy shit. Man.
They came here doing work themselves, but they wanted to find the gold. But these beings that came here are superior beings. They felt like they were slaves. By pretty much other motherfuckers like me and you, we sitting up there chilling. We were like, yo, we gotta get some gold for that. That's the only thing. So we're gonna send you, and a couple of other niggas down there to go get this shit. Y'all get down there, and for 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years, y'all down there searching, and y'all finally find it. But now y'all gotta dig it out. Y'all niggas like, yo, I ain't come down here to be no fucking worker. Bitch, I'm royal. You know, I'm Yak the motherfucking great, nigga. Fuck you mean? I am not down here to be digging in no hole searching for no fucking gold. I'm too well above this shit. Yeah. So they say, I tell you what then, since it's like that, they already had a being that was here, which was the Homo sapien, the furry motherfucker. It was like, you know what? What we'll do is we'll try to teach these bitches how to do it. But it wouldn't work because the only language the bitches knew was They cavemen. They don't know how to talk. They know That's why you see that commercial when they show you the Geico commercial and all the motherfuckers keep doing this. That was a real language. They did what they saw the monkeys do. They copied monkeys. So what they did was took that race of people and try to teach them. That's why in the Bible they speak on the first race of people. They was too dumb. They take part of the truth and tell it to you. They was too dumb. We couldn't work with them. So the next thing we had to do was invent a new species of people, which was the Homo sapien, which is us. That's why we're made in their like form. They was human looking. The bitch who had the gorilla look, he ain't human looking. He look like an ape. But why we ain't furry like that? Because we wasn't made from that. That's what made us so different. The very first motherfuckers was made, they used their wives or their women. It was two of them they used to impregnate to make the first race of men, the Adams and Eves. These hoes was pushing out Adams and Eves, but it was too much wear and tear on their bodies. They knew it took 9 months to make this kid. So they're like, you know what? We have to create these motherfuckers in order to make them reproduce, make them have sex with each other and reproduce. That's why they end up making a female. They started out just making males to work. They was workers. We need you to dig in the mines, get this gold. But then it was like, you know what? This is putting too much wear on our women to keep making these niggas. We need to make a companion for this nigga so he can be able to make themselves and they can create a race themselves. And now they can reproduce and make the shit and do all the things that we need done. We don't have to do the work. We can teach them, give them the knowledge. And that's what they did. They made some motherfuckers, taught them and gave us the fucking knowledge and taught us how to do shit, taught us how to live as a civilization. That's why Egypt was so far ahead, because they got taught from motherfuckers that was so far ahead.
To this day,
they can't explain how these people was capable of living the way that they lived in the time that they was living in. You can't explain it because the people who taught them this shit wasn't from here. Obviously, if they had a spaceship to land here, matter of fact, they tell you in the Bible how it's a spaceship. The book of Daniel. You done read that quite a few times. When Daniel explained how God come to him, you remember that? When he said God approached him in a chariot. It was roaring, loud noises, smoke, and thunder sounds. What the fuck that sound like to you?
Crazy.
What that sound like to you? What do it sound like he's describing? First of all, what have they taught us about God? He is everywhere, right? God is in this room right now. So you mean to tell me if God is everywhere, what do we need a chariot for to come to me? You know what a chariot is? At that time, a chariot is called some type of vehicle. They didn't have the words to say vehicle. They didn't have the words to say spaceship in the time of BC. So their next word for something that carry a person around, you saw the movie Troy. You ever seen Troy?
Sure.
They was on chariots. Everything that pulled them and did, that's called a chariot. So he's telling you in the Bible, God approached